All right, it's a maze of patchwork that has existed since the 1850s, but in the last 30 minutes, the Baltimore City Detention Center officially shut down for good. ABC 2 News' Christian Schaefer is live with the last man out. Christian?
Well, Jamie, it's important to remember what the Baltimore City Detention Center was. It's a pretrial detention facility, and so it's for detainees who'd been arrested and processed and had to stay in jail awaiting their trial. Usually that would only last for a couple of months. Now, in some cases, those couple months turned into many months, or even in some cases years. That's how long Tavon White, the suspected leader of the Black Guerrilla family, had been here at Baltimore City Detention Center. It's because he had several trials for attempted murder that had been scheduled but were then delayed, and FBI eventually determined that he eventually took over the Baltimore City Detention Center, leading to that scandal that caused so many correctional officers to be arrested themselves. But it was not just the lack of security, it was also the crumbling conditions. The governor said at his news conference 3 weeks ago that it's simply too old to fix and too broken. The BCDC dates back to the Civil War era, and it had been renovated some 11 times, and still correctional officers that we've spoken with talked about rotting pipes, bathroom facilities that just didn't work, shower facilities that were unsanitary. One correctional officer who retired after 18 years here and then wrote a book about his experiences talked to us about just how bad it was.
They probably could have beaten their charge, but the fact of the idea of staying at the Baltimore City Jail 6 more months, I'd rather take 5 years. That's how inhumane the environment was.
And so, as of 5 o'clock tonight, the last detainee has been moved out of Baltimore City Detention Center. It is closed. Now, there were about 1,000 detainees here when the governor made his announcement a few weeks ago. They've all been moved out, but they haven't been moved very far. If you're familiar with the state prison complex here in East Baltimore, there are several other buildings right near here, the Chesapeake Detention Facility, the Metropolitan Transition Facility. So there's other buildings that those detainees have been moved to as they now continue to await their trials. So the same purpose is being served, just by different buildings, and those buildings that were the Baltimore City Detention Center are now closed. Live in East Baltimore, Christian Schaefer, ABC 2 News.
All right, Christian, thank you.